Could this be evidence of a species thought extinct, or something far stranger? The forest was quiet, almost unnaturally so. Hunters had ventured deep into the wilderness, expecting the usual signs of wildlife, a scattered trail of deer tracks, maybe the faint footprints of a fox or coyote. But what they found that day was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. It started with a simple observation: footprints. At first, they thought perhaps an unusually large bear or a rogue wolf had passed through. But as they looked closer, a chill ran down their spines. These tracks didn't match anything they recognized. Each footprint was enormous, far larger than a human foot, and the shape was completely unfamiliar. The toes were longer than normal, arranged in a pattern that defied classification. There was no claw marks consistent with a bear, no sharp indentations that a wolf's paw would leave, nothing even remotely resembling a human shoe or bare foot. The depth of the prints suggested a creature of significant weight, yet the stride between each step was unnaturally precise and fluid, hinting at a being built for speed and stealth. As the hunters followed the trail, their initial excitement gave way to unease. Every step they took seemed to amplify the strangeness of the discovery. Leaves and dirt were disturbed in a pattern that suggested intelligence, almost as if the creature knew exactly where it was going. "This isn't just some animal wandering through," one of the hunters whispered, his voice shaking. "Whatever made these tracks, it's smart." Word of the discovery spread quickly. Wildlife experts, cryptozoologists, and even local authorities were called in to investigate. When photographs of the footprints circulated, the internet exploded with speculation. Experts examined the prints meticulously. The conclusion was unanimous: these tracks did not match any known animal in North America or anywhere else on the planet. Bears, wolves, cougars, even humans, all possibilities were ruled out. It was as if an entirely new species had emerged from the shadows of the forest, completely hidden until now. Scientists were baffled. How could a creature of this size and complexity remain unseen in a heavily populated area? The prints were fresh, yet no sightings accompanied them. Camera traps placed nearby recorded nothing. Motion sensors detected no heat signatures. The evidence was there in the earth, yet the creature itself seemed to vanish into thin air. Experts debated theories late into the night. Could it be a mutation, an undiscovered mammal? Or perhaps something even more extraordinary, something that challenged the very limits of biological understanding? Local folklore added another layer of intrigue. The area where the footprints were found had long been the subject of legends. Elders spoke of beings that roamed the forest centuries ago, creatures that walked on two legs, were incredibly fast, and evaded humans with an almost supernatural intelligence. Some dismissed these stories as myths, mere tales to scare children. But now, with undeniable evidence literally imprinted in the ground, those old tales were suddenly hard to ignore. As experts studied the tracks, several oddities became apparent. The prints were symmetrical in a way that suggested advanced balance, perhaps even bipedal locomotion. They had a unique arch that no animal in North America possesses, and the spacing between steps indicated a creature capable of long, powerful strides. The hunters who found them reported an eerie silence in the forest, a sense that something was watching, following, observing every movement. Even seasoned outdoorsmen described a feeling of being stalked without ever seeing the predator. Speculation ran wild online. Some suggested a previously unknown species of ape-like creature, akin to Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Others proposed that this could be a cryptid entirely new to science, a mystery hidden deep within the forest canopy. Documentary filmmakers and journalists flocked to the scene, hoping to capture proof of a creature that could change everything we know about wildlife. Even skeptics had to admit the tracks were real, and there was no logical explanation. In the days that followed, more prints appeared, always just out of reach of cameras and observation. Hunters reported hearing low, guttural sounds in the distance, rustling of heavy footsteps, and the occasional flash of movement too quick to track. Some nights, the forest seemed alive with an unexplainable energy, a presence that was both thrilling and terrifying. It was as if the creature knew it had been discovered but chose to remain hidden, teasing humans with its footprints like a puzzle demanding to be solved. Biologists began examining soil samples and the area surrounding the prints. Strange depressions in the ground hinted at behaviors that no known animal exhibited. The spacing and depth suggested a weight distribution unlike any mammal scientists had studied. The tracks were not just footprints, they were a message, a mystery encoded into the earth itself, challenging our understanding of nature, biology, and perhaps even reality. The world watched as the story grew. Online forums debated endlessly, documentaries aired theories, and yet no one could provide a definitive answer. The hunters who had stumbled upon the first footprints became minor celebrities, their discovery sparking curiosity and fear alike. Questions remained: what made these tracks? How intelligent is the creature? And most importantly, will it reveal itself, or will it continue to evade humans, leaving only its footprints as a haunting signature of its existence? In the end, the footprints stood as a reminder of how little we truly know about the world around us. Every forest, every remote wilderness could harbor secrets waiting to be discovered. The tracks were real, undeniable, and utterly perplexing. Whether a new species, a cryptid, or something beyond explanation, one thing was certain. The forest had given up one of its greatest mysteries, and humanity was left to wonder what else is out there, just beyond sight, waiting to leave its mark. Whispers spread like wildfire through the local towns and online communities. Some say it's a new species, others whisper of something far stranger. The footprints had already shaken the world of hunters, biologists, and cryptozoologists, but the theories about the creature itself were growing wilder by the day. Some experts suggested it might be an undiscovered species, a missing link between known mammals and something completely unknown. Others speculated it was more than an animal, something intelligent, something that defied classification. Those who had seen the prints firsthand described a surreal scene. The tracks were unlike anything documented before, enormous, with a peculiar arch and elongated toes, spaced in a way that suggested both incredible speed and precise control. Every footprint seemed deliberate, almost purposeful, as if the creature had a reason for leaving them exactly where it did. It wasn't just wandering, it was sending a message, teasing those who dared follow. The local legends added fuel to the fire. For generations, stories had circulated about shadowy figures in the forest, creatures that walked on two legs, moved silently, and vanished without a trace. Some said they were ancient guardians of the forest, while others described them as terrifying predators that preyed on those foolish enough to enter their domain. Most people dismissed these tales as folklore until now. With physical evidence staring back at them from the forest floor, the line between myth and reality began to blur. Speculation online became intense. Social media was flooded with photos of the prints, side-by-side comparisons with known animals, and endless debates. Some users argued it was a new primate species, capable of blending into the forest like a master of camouflage. Others suggested something far more sinister, an entity unknown to science, a cryptid that had managed to elude humans for centuries. The sheer size and shape of the prints defied biology textbooks. Nothing in recorded science could explain the depth, spacing, and intricate structure of each step. Researchers started theorizing about its behavior. Unlike other animals, the tracks didn't indicate random wandering. They suggested intelligence, strategic movement, and perhaps even curiosity. Some footprints led to clearings, then veered sharply into dense brush, hinting at deliberate planning. Others were found near water sources, but no sign of the creature itself ever appeared. It was as if it existed on a plane just outside human perception, visible only through the evidence it left behind. The deeper scientists dug, the stranger things became. Soil samples around the footprints contained microscopic anomalies. The ground had compressed in ways that didn't match the pressure of any known creature. Nearby foliage showed unusual wear patterns, almost like the plants had been brushed aside carefully rather than trampled. Every new observation added to the mystery, raising more questions than answers. Was this creature alive today? Or had it passed through recently, leaving behind a haunting record of its presence? Meanwhile, locals reported eerie experiences. Some heard heavy footsteps echoing through the forest at night, too deliberate to be wind or animals. Others claimed glimpses of movement in the corner of their vision, a dark shape that vanished the moment they looked directly at it. Fear mixed with fascination. People spoke of the forest differently now, aware that something beyond ordinary wildlife might be watching, waiting, always present but never fully revealed. Documentary teams and investigative journalists flocked to the area, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature. Drone footage, trail cameras, and thermal sensors were deployed, but each attempt ended in frustration. The tracks were real, undeniable, yet the entity itself remained elusive. Every failed attempt only heightened the suspense. Audiences were captivated. Viewers online debated whether they were witnessing a groundbreaking discovery or a sophisticated hoax. The mystery had captured imaginations worldwide. Some scientists leaned toward the new species explanation. They argued that undiscovered animals still exist, particularly in dense, remote forests. They cited historical precedents, species believed extinct or unknown for centuries, suddenly documented by human eyes. Could this footprint belong to a previously unseen primate or mammal? The theory made sense, but it didn't account for the odd symmetry, precision, and almost human-like characteristics embedded in the tracks. Others refused to dismiss the stranger theories. "Look closely," one cryptozoologist said in an interview. "This isn't just a new species. The footprints show awareness, maybe even intelligence. They're deliberate. Something is out there that sees us, studies us, and chooses when to reveal itself." The idea sent chills down the spines of everyone following the story. What if it wasn't an animal at all, but something far more enigmatic, something humanity had never imagined? As weeks passed, more prints appeared, always at the edges of the forest, always just out of reach of cameras. Each discovery renewed debates and speculation. Was it a lone creature or part of a hidden population? Could it survive without being seen? How did it interact with its environment in ways humans could not perceive? No one knew for sure, and the lack of answers only made the story more compelling. The footprints became a symbol, a tangible mystery that bridged science and legend. They reminded people that the world still held secrets, that humans hadn't yet uncovered every corner of the earth. Whether a new species, a cryptid, or something beyond our understanding, the creature left an undeniable mark, a challenge to human curiosity and imagination. Ultimately, the whispers continued. Some say it's a new species, others whisper of something far stranger. The forest keeps its secrets well, and the creature, if it still roams those ancient woods, remains a shadowy enigma. All that exists for now are the footprints, each step a silent question. What truly walks among us, hidden just beyond the edge of understanding? And until someone can answer, the mystery will continue to captivate, terrify, and inspire those brave enough to search for the truth.